Well, Judgy, it was Claremont and East Fremantle on centre stage today, the biggest stage of the WAFL here at Subiaco Oval, fighting it out for the 2012 Premiership. Claremont qualified straight out of the second semi-final to go through to the grand final, and East Fremantle had to do it the tough way, beating East Perth in the first semi-final and then going to Bassendean Oval to overcome Swan Districts in order to get through to the big day. Well, it was the Tigers who got out of the blocks magnificently. They kicked 8 goals to 1 in the first quarter, and it was remarkable to see how after a 15-day break they just took it so well, and Kane Mitchell, the Sandover medalist, kicking a terrific snap goal early on in the piece that just gave them so much momentum.
Well, it did. They just had all the ball, Phil, and 14 scoring shots in the first quarter too. It looked like game over at quarter time.
Well, the margin at the first break was 47 points. You saw Paul Medhurst there buffeted out of position, but he kicked 2 goals in the first quarter. And Ian Richardson, well, he knows where the goals are. He's got a magnificent left foot kick, a bit like Paul Medhurst, and they were both stars in the early part of the first quarter. Richardson kicked a goal and Medhurst 2 in that first term.
Well, and also Mitchell got a couple as well.
We talk about during the match about a couple of mistakes Stephen Dodd did, and that attempt to get the ball across the face of goal resulted in a major there to Tom Lee, and it's a pity for Steve Dodd because he played a pretty stellar game in defence on a very key player.
Well, he did a great job on Lee, and incidentally kicks across the goal and his opponent kicks the goal, so that really hurts you.
It really did. East Fremantle battled hard. They overcame that 47-point deficit at quarter time. They actually won the second quarter by 17 points. They had it back to 5 goals. Didn't sound terribly impressive, but from where they'd come, it was a pretty good, and they really fought hard. In that third quarter, however, they managed to kick 6 goals to Claremont's 2, and all of a sudden it became a real contest. Mark McGough there leading from the front as he usually does.
Yeah, well, Robert Young kicked a goal after the siren at 3/4 time to actually to really breathe some life into the game, and it looked like East Fremantle were perhaps going to be in a situation where they could cause an upset.
This is one of the goals of the day. John Griffin, will come back to him, but Jacob Brennan just taking on the Claremont players there as he ran from the middle of the ground through half forward and kicked a terrific goal, and that was just another one that lifted them up to a stage where we thought that East Fremantle might be able to go on with it.
Yeah, they did, and look, they were full of energy when that third quarter finished. And but Claremont, to their credit, they did kick a couple of goals in the mid stage of the third quarter, which just was able to keep East Fremantle at arm's length.
Yeah, this effort here by Ian Richardson, he's a class player. This time on his non-preferred right boot, steers it through. And so the Tigers seem to have the answers at every turn. Brennan having his kick blanketed there, and enter Medhurst. Well, he was quite irrepressible, certainly finished up with a very valuable Simpson medal, and you can see the players coming to him then, and it was a great effort by Medhurst with his 6 goals. So this is how the game unfolded. It was Claremont who got out of the blocks magnificently. As Judgy said, 14 scoring shots to 2 in the first quarter. They led by 47 points. The margin was narrowed to 30 points at half-time. A terrific third quarter by East Fremantle saw them get back to within 7 points with a quarter to go, but the Tigers had too much in store for them, and they ran out winners 18 goals 16, 124 to East Fremantle's 15-8, 98. The margin in the end was 26 points. Okay, and are we doing that play of the day? Are we doing